Hi, friends. Happy New Year's. I hope wherever you are in the world, you are happy and healthy. My name is Tammy, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I truly appreciate you choosing to come and hang out with me today. So today I want to get through two things. If you're curious what I have on my eyes, I have on the Arrow Inspired by Adapt. I have on um, this Hannibal Bates, James Holder, and then Frank Bertinelli, which is crossed out. All right, so and I am currently working through my A's because I have decided this year I have so many palettes. I'm going brand by brand by brand, working through every palette. So if it doesn't work for me, it's out. That is in. All right, so a couple things. I thought I would share with you my shame and my numbers, my inventory numbers. I hate to even say it. I have a lot of makeup. I have more makeup than one person needs, especially someone who does not do this full time. In fact, this is not my job at all. This is more of my documenting my journey and my self-care. So I shouldn't have all this makeup, but I do. Up until about 4 years ago, I would purchase quite a bit, especially during February, which was my bestie's birthday month, and November, which is the month in which she passed, because she was really big in makeup, and whereas I was the complete opposite. So for some reason, those 2 months always triggered me to purchase a lot. And you know, 4 years ago, I went from like 7 palettes to what I'm about to share, and that is just crazy. So this year I have decided that I am probably going to, I'm not planning on purchasing makeup. I'm going to be honest though, Hourglass face palettes are a weakness for me. Face palettes are a weakness for me. Eyeshadow palettes are a weakness for me, especially from certain brands like Natasha Denona, Sigma, um, Adept Cosmetics, Nomad Cosmetics, Unearthly Cosmetics. What else? Let's see here. Simply Posh Cosmetics, Bella Beauty Bar Cosmetics. So I definitely love my indie brands, and yeah, this year has been a big bronzer year too for me. I don't know why, maybe because I'm so pale and I want to be bronze. Anyways, so I'm going to share my numbers, and hopefully this will make you feel a little bit better about your collection. I'm not doing a declutter the beginning of the year because I have been decluttering as I go, and I may continue to do so. But yeah, so here's my numbers. All right, so primers. Eye primers, which include regular primers as well as like the stick eyeshadow primers like that Sigma has. I have 6, and that's also glitter glue. And then face primers, I have 12. Foundation for cream and liquid kind of stick foundation and liquid foundation, I have 13. For powder foundation, I have 3. Color correctors and concealers. Mama has big old bags because this mama here is turning 50 this year, and I've always had big bags under my eyes. I think part of it is genetic, and part of it is simply I have lived off of less than 4 hours of sleep a night for as long as I can remember. And that's not 4 hours together, that's piecemeal together. So yeah, I've got big shadows. So I was playing with a lot of color correctors and concealers this past year and a half. So I have 16. I'm still trying a couple of them out. And so some of them might be out the door soon. Powder. So this is any loose powder or pressed powder. I have 21. That includes several of them are not even opened yet. And 2 of them are sets of that like I have a backup of. So I counted all, even my backups. And again, I don't know if I'm going, one of them I know I'm definitely keeping back up. The other one, I'm not quite sure. I might end up just passing that along. All right, bronzers for cream and liquid. It has been a year of cream products. So cream and liquid bronzers, I have 14. Powder, I have 16. Blush, cream and liquid, I have 34. Powders, I have 22. Highlighters, cream and liquid highlighters, I have 11. Powders, I have 30. Now, the reason why the powders are so high is because I do have a nice Ofra highlighter collection going on. And I also have a lot of like fun colors that I may or may never ever use, to be honest, to be fair. But I like to have them in case I want to play with them. And I'm expecting that some of those will be going to my young niece, who's in her early 20s, and would probably get more use out of them in the next year or so. Setting sprays, I have 12. When I say setting sprays, that also includes like the refreshers, such as like this Milani. Whenever any of these Milani fruit things was at Marshall's, I purchased them because I love them, especially the blueberry. It's my favorite refresher. So I have 12, and I'm not picking up any more setting spray until I work through all of that. Face palettes. Now this is my shame. I am big on picking up the Sigma little duos, the Natasha little duos, and the Hourglass. I have the Physicians Formula big palette, face palette for the Breakfast Club. And so face palettes, I have 37. Now for me, a face palette is anything that has at least 2 different products in it. So it could be a highlighter and a blush and a bronzer and a highlighter. As long as there's at least 2, it is a face palette for me. So that's also why the number's so high. Single shadows. This has been the year of single shadows. I always had a really big ColourPop Super Shock collection. And some of those will be gone after this year because they are starting to dry up. However, I went on a huge Sydney Grace. I love Sydney Grace's formula in their palettes and their single shadows. I'm enjoying their cream shadows. So I currently have 181 single shadows. Lippies, that includes lip oils, lip gloss, liquid lipstick, the like whatever the like the butter glosses, lip glosses, anything that is lippy-ish is 93. Eyeliners, I have 31. I will have to go back through that again before the end of the year. Like I have on a like a teal one from ColourPop today, and when I went to open it, like it broke. It's the gel liner and it broke, so some of those might be getting too old and need to just be out the door. Also, I have a wide variety of colors because I do like to play with color. I'm more of a neutral girl, but I refuse to completely be neutral. And some days I just feel quirky and want some color. And then mascaras, I have 21. I am really good about every 3 to 6 months tossing out my mascaras because I just do not want to play with that. You'd think I'd be better with my eyeliners too because of that, but you know, hey. So I have 21 mascaras. Most of those are not even opened. I usually have about, 5 or 6 of them opened and kind of play from there. And then the others are all in their boxes. And I also kind of help supply my teenager because I'm really trying to get her on board of every 3 to 6 months, toss out your mascara, new ones in. All right, that leads us to eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so I have a couple eyeshadow palettes that I purchased in 2023 that I'm still waiting to arrive. And also am a big collector. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I find a brand that I really, really like, that I really like their formula, I really like what they stand for, I really like their customer service, I really like their color stories, I tend to pick up multiples. Not multiples of the same one, but like several of their palettes. So, and then I continue. Like I get super excited whenever they're about to release something new. I'm really, I've got a huge Natasha Denona collection, huge, over 30 palettes. I have a good size Nomad, a good size Unearthly, a good size, what else do I have quite a bit of? Oh, Sydney Grace, nice size Sydney Grace. Blend Bunny, I just started using in 2023, fell in love with the formula, and I now have like 6 of their palettes. So Viseart, 2022 was a big Viseart year for me. So I have like 16 of their palettes. So, I mean, I didn't get them all in 2022, but I mean, got multiples. So long story short, my shame is I currently have 206 palettes in my collection. So I'm really, this year, 2024, I am not telling myself I'm on a low buy. I'm not telling myself I'm on a no buy. Because if I tell myself that as soon as August hits, which is my birthday month, I will be like, the doors are now open and I will go crazy purchasing to no end. And I don't want to do that. So I don't want to tell myself no, but I did just this for Black Friday, I did get a really nice size cabinet that I have my palettes in where I can see them. Not all my palettes, but the most of my palettes, my bigger palettes, so I can see them. I have some of my tarot and oracle decks so I can see them, have easy access to them here in my office. And at the same time, kind of keep myself from purchasing a lot more, whether it's tarot and oracle, candles, or makeup. So I have, yeah, this year I just want to save my money. And so when I see something that I really, really like, I really have to ask myself, does this color story really have something that I do not have in my collection? What hole is this palette filling? And I know that it's going to be hard for me with certain things like the Hourglass face palettes, you know, Simply Posh, Unearthly, Nomad, Blend Bunny, you know, a lot of these brands that I've already mentioned over and over again. So I'm going to try to fight my collector mentality. Wish me luck. All right, so another thing I plan to do this year is I plan to do a lot more panning projects. So do not, you likely will not see a whole bunch of unboxing videos from me this year. Right now, I have put my, what is that? Ipsy. I've put my Ipsy on hold for 2 months. And if I don't see anything this next coming month that like intrigues me, I'm probably going to just be closing that up. I have canceled my ice cream beauty box. Now there might be like some spoilers that tease me and I'm like, ooh, yes, please. So I'm not saying that I'm not going to get any subscription beauty boxes. All I'm saying is not very likely because I have more makeup than anyone needs. So why do I need to spend the money when that money is better suited to other things? For example, bills, another car. I have a teenager who really wants to, you know, get a job and get a car soon. So we need extra wheels in this house so that I can get her to the job. So I have other things to spend my money on. And I really want to see how much I can pan. Like this is my new mentality is what can I pan? What can I use? Get my money out of it and really get the value out of it that, you know, I spent. So first panning project that I have down and I'm going to introduce you to, and I will put all the products down in my description box So when I do an update, you can see, how many things are left. I don't know if there's a way to like do a cross. I'll do like a check mark or something if I've panned it. Or if it, went bad and has to leave my collection. Like maybe I'll do a different color for each of those or something. I don't know. Anyways, so skincare. So I'm doing 24 in 2024. Now, I'm not sure who started this panning project idea. I know I have seen several other people do it. The first person I saw mentioning the possibility of it was Kelly Gooch. If you know who started this, like 22 and 2022, 23 and 20, please let me know and put it in the comments below, because I do want to give credit where credit is due, and credit is not due here. Okay. All right. So skin care, which is really easy for me to pan because I do my skincare every day. Okay. So the first thing is this Forthright Do It Hydrating Mist. I am a very dry girl, so I am constantly misting, and I know I look really glossy today. It's all the highlighter. I put quite a bit on today. Anyways, but my skin in itself is pretty dry. So I want to finish this, which is not a problem. This will be finished. Also, I do use toner in the morning and at night. Right now, I am using like some of my little sample bottles because, to try new brands and to also, not let it go to waste. Typically during the day, I use my Beekman 1802. I could very easily say I'm going to pan this, but I don't want to say I want to pan this, even though I know I will go through this bottle before the end of the year. And I even have a backup ready because they were on sale. But I'm going to try a new one. And this I want to try probably, I don't know. I think this might be my night one just because I do, well, I don't know. With some of the things that are in this, it might be, I'm not sure when I'm going to use it, morning or night. Maybe I'll keep trading it out and see. But it's the Good Molecules Niacinamide Brightening Toner. I would normally say morning, so maybe, I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. If you've used this, let me know. Did you try it at night? Is this strictly a morning one for you? What are your thoughts on this one? I've never tried this one. I do use quite a bit of Good Molecules products, but I've never tried this toner. So I'm hoping that it agrees with my skin. Also, I just started this one. You can see it's like all the way up here, all the way to the top. It's the Benton Fermentation Essence. I usually use two essences. I use two of them. So after I wash my skin and I put on my toner, I use usually this one and then another one. Currently, I'm using a little tiny bottle. Peach and Lily, is that what it's called? I'm not sure. It's just a little bottle along. I am just butterfingers today. Okay, along with that Benton one. So I'll just pick that up later. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pick up another essence later. All right, and then the last for skincare is my Kosas. This is my Dream Beam Comfy Smooth Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 40. I got this last summer 2023. I want to finish this off. All right, so those are my 4 for skincare. Moving on to primers. I have quite a bit of primers. So I am looking to finish off this Essence Hello Good Stuff Primer Serum. The blueberry, it smells so good. It smells so good. And this one has Hydrate and Plump with blueberry and squalane. Okay. Then I also plan to use, this will probably be more in the summertime just because it's watermelon. But this Hello Good Stuff Glow Serum Primer, hydrating and smooth base with watermelon, water, and niacinamide. My Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer, yeah. And I mean, it's pretty full. And then finish up my Say Warm Glow. I got this last winter. And I got this one and the little star one. So I'm hoping to finish this up this summer and this year. All right, so that's my primer. Foundations. Oh, I dropped a couple things. Okay, foundations. I have down the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. As you can see, that shouldn't be hard to finish. Funny story is when I got this, I loved it. And then I don't know if it was with the primer that I put on or what, but all of a sudden it didn't really work for me. So I was going to declutter it and I was like, let me try it again, but with a different primer, different powder, and I loved it again. So I do want to finish this up. Also, my Maracuja tinted hydrator from Tarte, I want to finish up. This one hopefully will not go bad before I use it. This is my Beauty Blender Balanced Liquid Whip Longwear Foundation. I believe this is in Cool Light Shell or something like that, or Light Shell. And I've got quite a bit right here. So 1, 2, 3, that was it for foundation. Color corrector and concealer. Again, I have quite a bit. Oh, I didn't bring one in here. Okay, well. First one is this Sigma Duo. As you can see, I have Pam on one. I'm getting close to Pam on the other. And I do want to finish this up. I already have another one waiting for me, brand new one, because this is my favorite color corrector concealer. Then I want to use up my Ilia. I think this is like birch or something. No, it's in mallow. It's like one of the lighter ones. And then the one I don't have on me is my Flower at Real, and it's in Fair. Okay, then powder. I want to really make a dent in my lavender Fenty. This is I'm using mostly like under my eye. And then my Physicians Formula Butter Scotch. And as you can tell, I have a nice pan happening there. So I want to use this up. I already have an extra one waiting for me, a backup, because I really do enjoy this one. Bronzers. I want to use up my Merit. This is one of my first creams. And I've got a lot of it still. I kind of got busy using some of my other creams, and this, because this one is so like, you know, very balmy, very light, very sinks into the skin, like everything you want. You know, it's one where you would build it up. And so I got very attached to some of my others, and this one just did not get all the love that it deserves. So I want to use this up before it goes bad. I also want to use up my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I have a nice dip going in there. I know some people don't love the smell of this. I do. I love smells. All right, so those are the two bronzers. All right, now blushes. The two blushes I chose is my Brute Flute. This is going to be going off soon, but it is one of my all-time favorites. So I definitely want to see if I can't empty it, or at least just use as much of it up as I can before I have to toss it. That being said, this is my Tinkerbell one. This is in Magic Moon. These are both the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek. This is really pretty too. I'm really bummed that Tink is gone. Bye, Tink. Because I was like, oh, this would be like, depending upon how deep, I don't think these are very deep. Yeah, but at one point I was like, oh, that'd be a cute like little pill holder or something if I cleaned it out. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Anyways, I'll just have to recycle these. All right, and that leads us to the next group, highlighter. This is my ColourPop Flexitarian. I don't use this very often because it is a pretty beaming, you know, highlight, and I don't really use much of a beaming highlight. And then the other one is my beauty wand from Charlotte Tilbury. This is Spotlight. And I like this, but I mean, they're very similar in color almost. I mean, this is a little bit more champagne-y, where this is more, white. But I don't use this very often because it's just messy. And then like, I'm not gonna draw that on, so it just, I just don't use it enough. And so I want to get my use out of it. And I don't think I will be purchasing this necessarily again. The first time I used this, I really loved it. The last few times, I'm like, ugh. So I don't know. Let me show you real quick Moon Magic and Brute Flute in case you have not seen these colors before. So this is Brute Flute. It's just super pretty and it is shiny. Does have a shine to it. So if you do not like shiny shadows, neither of these will be for you. I'm actually more of a matte shadow person myself, but the two I chose are shiny. They have a little bit of a shine to them. All right, last two in this panning project are setting sprays. And that is going to be this Blueberry Milani. It is about 3/4 full because I just pulled this one out last week. And then this one here is about halfway, a little more than half. This is the Mango Coconut Scented Setting Spray. And this is the Replenishing Facial Mist with Blueberry Extract. So I tend to, after I put on my foundation and powders, I tend to mist my face and then kind of push in the product into my face. And then when I'm all done, I use my setting spray. So that is how I typically use those. All right. You will notice there were not any lippies, and that is because I am planning on doing Lip Service 2.0, I think it is called, where I will choose certain lippies and work my way through those too. So I also have some other panning projects that I'm planning to participate in. I think I'm going to, if Emily does the deck of panning again, I will plan on participating in that because that was really fun. And then I'm looking at the lip service one I talked about, and same pan last year, round 2, where the way I'm going to do it is it wouldn't be necessarily a video every month. It'd be a video every 2 months. So I would choose products for January and February, which I've already done. And then in March, I'd review how much of a dent I made, or did I meet those goals? And if so, then pick out March and April, and then every 2 months like that. Review the progress I made and then pick out the new products. All right. So I just, that was really fast. I know it didn't seem fast. I mean, I'm sure like this is probably a longer video than I had planned, but it's done. So hopefully you'll join me on this little journey, and hopefully by the time we go over my numbers again, which I'll probably do mid-year and then maybe at the beginning of next year again. Maybe I'll do it quarterly. I'm not quite sure how often I want to go over my inventory numbers, but hopefully when I do, some of those numbers will be lower. Again, I'm not telling myself I'm on a low buy, no buy. I'm not telling myself no. If I want it, I may get it. But I'm really going to try to hold back as much as possible because I don't need any of it. So though my niece does not mind when I make these like quick purchases and then it doesn't work for me, and then she gets huge boxes, as well as family and friends, and everybody got some makeup love this past year. Anyways, all right, I I hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time, stay blessed and stay beautiful. Bye. Bye.